In today's marketplace, I mean, it's just incredibly noisy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Information overload is the default setting.
Exactly. And
Right.
it's not enough for a business just to, exist or even offer a great service. The real challenge, and honestly, often the biggest hurdle, is actually cutting through all that noise to get noticed, to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. How do you go from just being another name on a list to the obvious choice for a customer?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right. Well, that's kind of the superpower we're diving into today. Our mission is to unpack the strategies, the services of a creative agency called Speck Designs. They're based in West Michigan.
Okay.
We've spent some time going through their materials, and we're here to sort of pull out the really crucial insights on how businesses can elevate their brand, yes, but also genuinely connect with customers, in a way that actually leads to growth.
And our goal here isn't just to rattle off a list of what an agency like Speck Designs does.
All right.
We really want to get into the why behind those services. And maybe more importantly, the how do they actually transform a business from just being, visible
Yeah.
to being unmistakably memorable.
Yeah.
We're looking for those moments in their approach that give us and you listening those real aha moments about what truly effective brand building looks like.
Absolutely. So if you've ever caught yourself thinking, okay, how do I make my business not just one in a million, but actually one of a kind? Or maybe you've wondered how the whole digital marketing thing really works together with, the tangible stuff like print materials to create a brand that feels solid and makes an impact. Well, then this deep dive is definitely for you. Okay, so let's unpack their core philosophy first. Speck Designs positions itself as a full-service web design and creative agency.
Okay.
And they have a really clear mission: help service-based businesses, specifically in West Michigan, get hired over their competitors. Very direct, almost aggressive in its focus.
And that directness, I think it speaks volumes. It points directly to a very common pain point for their clients. Just feeling lost in a really crowded market.
Yeah, totally.
You see, in today's landscape, just being visible, professionally visible, is not just a basic requirement anymore. It's table stakes.
Right.
It's really about becoming the unmistakable choice. And Speck Designs seems to zero in on that transformation, moving from just visible to the obvious choice.
Yeah.
That's a much higher bar, and frankly, one that most businesses struggle to clear on their own.
What I found particularly interesting is their emphasis on two qualities they say customers have always been drawn to: convenience and elegance.
Okay, convenience and elegance.
Yeah. But in today's world, digital first everything, what does that actually look like? Is it just a pretty website?
Well, that's where the nuance comes in, I think. It seems to be about what you might call effortless conversion.
Effortless conversion.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Look, lots of businesses aim for convenience, or they aim for elegance. But Speck seems focused on removing every tiny point of friction in that whole customer journey.
Okay.
So it's not just that a website loads fast or looks nice. It's that the user, ideally, never has to consciously think about what to do next.
I see. Seamless.
Exactly. They're guided, almost intuitively, right? From just being curious to becoming a customer. The whole path feels natural, easy. That's a deeper kind of elegance. And honestly, it's a critical differentiator.
Now, what really seems to set them apart, and maybe explains why they might be so effective, is their approach. They call it a one-stop shop. They aren't just doing one thing like only websites or only logos. They're covering this whole suite of creative solutions. It feels like it's about building a really consistent brand experience, across lots of different touch points. Let's maybe break down some of those main offerings because they do showcase this integrated thinking.
Yeah, let's do that.
First up is website design plus marketing. And again, it's not just about looks. They talk about user-centric designs that, grab interest, but then, crucially, nurture that interest into actual revenue. Through things like what they call semantic SEO and hyper-targeted content marketing. So they're not just building a site, they're aiming to build a revenue engine.
And that's key, isn't it? So many businesses just kind of chase keywords, hoping they'll rank somewhere.
Right, throwing spaghetti at the wall.
Yeah. But it sounds like Speck Designs is more focused on building topical authority, making their clients the sort of undisputed go-to resource in their specific niche.
Exactly.
That's more of a long-game SEO strategy, but one that usually pays off consistently. It makes clients not just visible, but actually credible.
Spot on. Then there's logo design. They call it the heart of your brand, which I like. And again, it's not just about a pretty picture. It's about crafting a visual identity that clearly communicates the business's values and, as they put it, unapologetically stands out. And we actually saw a great example of this with one of their clients, Lauren S. She needed a logo, right? And she shared how Speck took her sort of general idea, and I'm quoting her here, create something more unique, beautiful, and fitting.
Wow.
And she said it was because they really took the time to learn her business, made sure she was completely happy with it all. That kind of deep dive seems vital.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
You can't create something fitting if you don't understand the core.
Definitely. Then, moving beyond digital, they get into graphic design plus printing. This covers crafting, top quality materials, both digital and printed, things like full brand style guides, but also the essentials business cards, brochures, making sure the brand looks polished everywhere.
Right, the tangible stuff still matters.
Totally. And finally, they offer apparel plus promo products, creating memorable branded items. Think t-shirts, hats, maybe pens, things for daily wear, giveaways, events, essentially walking advertisements that keep the business front and center.
So this raises an interesting point, doesn't it? What is the strategic value of offering both digital and these tangible products all under one roof?
Yeah, what's the benefit?
Well, I think it's more than just convenience for the client, though that's part of it.
Yeah.
This kind of comprehensive offering, it leads to dramatically enhanced visibility, right? Because the brand shows up consistently across this whole ecosystem of touch points.
Okay, consistency.
Right. And that drives increased customer engagement because the brand is literally present in both their digital world and their physical world. And ultimately, this seamless integration gives a pretty significant competitive edge.
How so?
Because the business presents this unified, professional, memorable image across the entire customer journey, which logically makes them far more likely to get hired compared to someone who looks, well, disjointed.
That makes a lot of sense. And what I found particularly insightful is that they don't just offer generic stuff. They actually highlight their ability to customize services for specific industries. They even mention niches like HVAC, plumbing, construction. How important is that specialization today?
Oh, it's absolutely critical. I mean, generic solutions, especially in specialized fields like the trades, they're often just a waste of time and money.
Right.
By tailoring their approach, Speck ensures that the brand message, the website features, even the promo items they choose resonate directly with the target audience in that specific industry.
Speaking your language.
Exactly. It's about speaking their language, solving their specific problems. That builds trust and authority way faster than any kind of one-size-fits-all approach ever could.
Okay, so we've talked about what they offer. Now let's shift gears a bit and look at how they actually achieve these results. Their what to expect when you work with us section gives some clues here. It seems very client-focused.
Okay, the process. Always important.
Yeah. It starts with what they call a proven design process. They say it bridges creative skills with strategic insight, aiming for sustainable growth. So it's not just making things look nice, it's about making them work for the business long term.
Strategy plus creativity.
Got it. Then there's crystal clear pricing. And let's be honest, that's music to any business owner's ears.
Absolutely. No surprises.
They promise no gray areas, no unexpected bills later on, no hidden upcharges. You know exactly what you're paying for up front.
That's huge for trust.
Totally. And finally, end-to-end service. They apparently manage every single step from the initial planning and building things out right through to ongoing upkeep and refinement.
Wow.
Which sounds like a massive benefit because it lets their clients focus on their actual business, the plumbing, the construction, whatever it is, without getting totally bogged down in marketing stuff.
And, for you listening, especially if you're maybe a learner trying to figure out how these agency partnerships actually work well, this transparency, this comprehensive management, it's incredibly valuable.
Why specifically?
Well, it just removes so much of the potential overwhelm, doesn't it? Tackling a big branding or marketing project can feel daunting.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you don't have to juggle multiple vendors or try to coordinate different campaigns or worry constantly about hidden costs adding up, it changes the game. This kind of upfront clarity, it's not just good business practice. It builds really deep trust. And that's absolutely crucial for any service-based partnership to succeed.
We also get a pretty powerful look at real client experiences from their reviews and testimonials. These really bring the impact home.
The proof is in the pudding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take Evelyn D., for instance. She worked with them on a website for her church. She specifically highlighted the hands-on treatment she got and the step-by-step guidance. That was really helpful because, in her own words, she did not really know what they wanted or what they were doing.
Okay, so guiding the uncertain client, that's a skill.
It really is. It speaks volumes about their ability to be patient, to listen, and to translate maybe vague ideas into something concrete and effective. Then there's Michael B., who gave an even broader perspective. He said Speck Designs was, quote, instrumental in getting our business going, covering everything: naming, logos, marketing materials, website, the whole 9 yards.
Wow, from the ground up.
Yeah. He called it amazing work for a fair price, and even went so far as to call them a valuable member of our team.
That's high praise, member of the team.
Isn't it? That's not just a vendor you hire. That's like a true strategic partner.
And what these testimonials really underscore, I think, is how the agency doesn't just, provide services off a menu. They seem to build genuine trust, offer really personalized attention, and consistently deliver tangible results.
Yeah.
It just reinforces their whole value proposition for businesses that are serious about growing and establishing a much stronger, more lasting presence. It's about the measurable impact, not just checking boxes on a list of deliverables.
Okay, so moving beyond their specific services and process now, let's pivot to some broader, maybe more universal insights. We gleaned these from their expert tips and trends and their FAQs sections.
Okay, the takeaways.
Yeah, and these feel like principles they really stand by for any business looking to seriously up its game, brand-wise and online.
Good stuff. What did you find?
Well, a key takeaway on website effectiveness is basically just using a drag-and-drop site builder. Probably not enough for serious results.
Interesting.
They really stress that professional strategic design is critical. The best websites, according to them, are not only user-friendly, visually appealing, mobile responsive, fast, all that stuff we expect.
Right, the basics.
But they also must clearly communicate their purpose, have intuitive navigation, and this seems crucial, be technically built from the ground up to actually attract visitors and guide them towards revenue-driving action.
So it's about conversion, not just looking pretty or getting clicks.
Exactly. It's about the end result.
And that implies getting into the back end, right? Ensuring clean code, solid analytics tracking, designing a sales or lead funnel that actually works.
Precisely. Then, for building a foundational online presence, they pinpoint this essential trio for sustainable growth. Number 1, robust SEO. Number 2, active social media engagement. And number 3, genuinely proactive online reputation management.
And proactive reputation management. That's more than just deleting bad reviews, I assume.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like it's about systematically encouraging positive feedback, amplifying those good client experiences, basically turning happy customers into vocal advocates for the business. It's like managing the whole spectrum of public perception.
That makes sense. A full circle approach.
Yeah. Then for brand building, they emphasize starting with a crystal clear mission. You absolutely need a detailed understanding of your target customers and consistent messaging that speaks directly to their challenges.
The fundamentals.
Right. And then you reinforce that foundation with a distinctive visual style and a content flow that feels coherent across all your channels. When it comes to logo design, their advice is pretty sharp, pretty direct. A great logo has to be simple, memorable, versatile, and easily recognizable. No matter the medium, no matter the size.
Simple, memorable, versatile, key attributes.
And interestingly, despite how digital everything is, they strongly push the enduring value of print.
Still, okay.
Yeah, things like business cards, brochures, flyers. They still provide these powerful, tangible touch points for physical engagement, brand visibility, crucial networking. They don't see print as being replaced by digital, it complements it.
An integrated approach again.
Exactly. And lastly, brand apparel. Not just merch for fans, but as a tool. It acts as a walking advertisement, helps create a professional team image, fosters unity, and provides organic, everyday promotion.
You know, what's really fascinating here, listening to all this, is the truly holistic nature of their advice and their services.
How do you mean?
Well, it's clearly not about isolated efforts. It's not about just picking one thing like, let's do SEO this month or let's get a new logo. It's all about an integrated approach where the digital stuff and the tangible stuff work together in concert to build this single, cohesive, and undeniably effective brand identity.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is a crucial aha moment for anyone out there feeling overwhelmed by all the marketing noise and options today.
Yeah.
They're effectively saying, It all needs to work together.
Right.
And when it does, that's where the real magic of standing out actually happens.
So what this all really boils down to for you listening is understanding the core value proposition here. A full-service creative agency like Speck Designs seems to offer a strategic, genuinely end-to-end solution, aimed specifically at helping service-based businesses cut through that constant market noise, elevate their brand way beyond the competition, and ultimately drive real, measurable results.
And maybe the final thought for your own growth, thinking about your own business or field, is to remember this. Building a strong brand, a powerful online presence. It isn't just about having the individual pieces, a website check, logo check, social media check.
Right, not just a checklist.
No, it's about the consistent, synergistic interplay of every single element. From that pixel-perfect website designed to guide visitors effortlessly, to the well-designed business card that leaves a solid impression, and really every single branded interaction in between. The real power lies in how all these diverse pieces come together to tell one single compelling story, a story that attracts and converts your ideal customers.
That leaves us with a final, provocative thought for you to maybe mull over after this. In your own business or even your own field of work, how effectively are all of your brand's touch points right now, both the digital ones and the physical ones, truly working in harmony? Are they telling a consistent story? And most importantly, are they prompting the action you want from your audience?